Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can see in the title, today's video is about the top sunscreens for the summer, and I'm going to talk about body sunscreens and sunscreens for the face. On this channel, I've been talking a lot about sunscreens. I have many videos where I reviewed different type of sunscreens for different price range. Last year, I made a video about my favorite sunscreens overall to sum up all the sunscreens that I have reviewed. So I've given you a wide view of the best sunscreens that you can find, no matter your skin type, your skin tone or your budget. In this video, I want to focus on the best sunscreens for the summer only. I mean, la crème de la crème. So if you want the best for your skin, then keep on watching. Every sunscreens I'm going to talk in this video do not contain any drying alcohol or any fragrance or any essential oils, except for one product. And it is the first product I'm going to talk about, which is the Milk Sunscreen by the brand SVR. In French, it is called Lait Crépitant, which means crackling milk sunscreen. I discovered this sunscreen randomly last year by myself in a French pharmacy, and I decided to try it. They call it a milk, but actually it looks kind of like a mousse, not completely, but almost. It's like a milk mousse, if I could say. And when you apply it on your skin, it spreads very evenly, easily and rapidly, and it is completely invisible. It's not sticky, and not only does it crackle, when you apply it on your skin, like it makes some noises, which is fun in my opinion, but also when you apply it, it is quite refreshing. It has a cooling effect, which is exactly what we described on their website, and that is actually true. So the texture is really interesting, it is fun, and unlike a spray, you can see exactly the amount of product you apply on your skin, but at the same time it does not have the disadvantages, the defaults that you can find in a creamy sunscreen, especially for the body, because when you have to apply sunscreens all over your body and the sunscreen does not spread well or it leaves a cast, that is really not pleasant. This one you can apply and reapply and reapply on top of it, and it's never sticky, it's never heavy, it's never too rich, but at the same time it is moisturizing. So honestly, it is almost perfect. The only thing is that it has fragrance in it. Now, the fragrance is strong, but it is pleasant. It has a summery smell, like a vacation smell. So when you smell it, you can already feel that you are on vacation on the beach. I prefer to avoid fragrance when possible, especially for my face, because I break out because of it. On my body, I try to avoid it when possible, but with this, I couldn't avoid it. The product is too good, and I haven't been able to find another body sunscreen which I like. Also, I do not apply sunscreen on my body every day, even in the summertime. I usually apply it when I have to go to the beach in the afternoon, which usually I avoid. If it was only my choice, I would go early in the morning, late in the evening, and I would only apply sunscreen on my face. But sometimes you have to go with friends, or sometimes when you are on vacation, you cannot choose the timing that you want. So I may end up on the beach at a timing where I would prefer not to be, and in that case I would use this sunscreen. Honestly, I would give it a 10 out of 10 if they could just remove the fragrance. It can be used on kids. If your kids do not have allergies to fragrance, they would probably love it because it is really fun to use. For the face, I created two categories of sunscreens. The one that you will apply by itself without makeup, and the one that will be good to apply under makeup. For the ones you apply by itself, I focused on two sunscreens which are also waterproof, because in the summer it is even more important, especially if we tend to sweat, if we walk a lot because we are visiting some places, if you love to work out more because it is sunny longer throughout the day. So that's why I focused on waterproof sunscreens to make sure your skin is well protected against the very strong UV that we get in the summer. I'm not going to apply those sunscreens on my face in this video because some of those sunscreens are old, and also because I've made videos dedicated to almost all other sunscreens where you can see the application in real time on my face. And for those who don't have videos, I will tell you how it is compared to other sunscreens. So if you want to see the application on the face in more detail, please refer to those videos, which I will put in the description box. First sunscreen is my all-time favorite, which has been my favorite for years now, and it is from the Japanese brand Isehan. It is the Mommy sunscreen. I've been talking about this one several times on my channel. It is my go-to sunscreen with my skin type for the winter, fall, spring, summer. And this sunscreen is almost perfect. It is 100% invisible. It is waterproof. The texture is light. They call it a milk, but it is not as liquidy as some sunscreens. It looks like a light cream, but when you apply it on your face, you can feel that it contains a lot of water. So it is actually, it looks light, but it also feels light. Some sunscreens can look like a light texture, but when you apply it, it feels more like a cream. This one still feels like a light cream when you apply it, and it does set quite fast and easily. So when you apply it, you spread it on your face easily, it blends easily, and at some point you can feel that it is set on your face. So I don't know which technology they used, but you can feel that you don't have to spread it anymore because it's fixed on your skin, which I guess that's how they get the waterproof out of it. And I really like it. It gives a glass skin look. It's not rich, but it is moisturizing. And the only reason it's not perfect for my skin type is because I have oily skin, and I would love if this sunscreen was matte, but it is not. But at the same time, it is not greasy unlike many sunscreens. Finding a matte sunscreen that is waterproof, has no alcohol, does not contain fragrance or essential oils, and that is transparent is impossible. I haven't been able to find it. I also watch many reviews and I haven't seen any sunscreens like that. So until I can find something that is similar and also matte, I'm gonna stick to this sunscreen. And because it is moisturizing but not drying and not matte, I think it works for many skin types, from dry skin to normal combination oily skin. If you have oily skin, this sunscreen is light. So even if you look oily, it doesn't feel heavy, and if you feel oily, you can just wipe your face and your skin starts to look normal again. And even with an oily skin, you can still reapply the sunscreen because it never feels too thick, it never feels too rich, it never feels sticky, and it always sets on the skin. So really, it is my favorite. Many people around me have tried it and they have different skin type from dry to oily, and we all love it. When I tell you that this sunscreen is my favorite, I am not kidding. I have kept on purpose a bag of empties where you can see that it is full of the same empties, the same sunscreen. If you have very dry skin, even in the summer, you might want something that is thicker than the Mommy sunscreen I've just shown you. And in this case, my advice is to try the Altruist sunscreen SPF 50, which is from a British brand. This one is moisturizing, but it is like a true cream, which is a little bit rich, which I think you will love in summer if you have very dry skin and you really like richer texture. This one is also waterproof, which is not easy to find among sunscreens. That's why I'm super happy that I'm able to show you those two. This one is absolutely invisible, even on the darker skin. Actually, you even see a glow. I don't know, I think it has a beautifying effect. My skin is glowing but not oily when I use it. It's 100% invisible. This one I would say is 98% invisible. Nobody would notice that you have something on your skin except for you, because you know your skin tone, obviously. But even if you have dark skin, you can go out and you won't feel uncomfortable. It's really minimum. Now let's focus on the best sunscreens for the summer that you can use under makeup. And for this I have several categories for different skin type. I've just said earlier that the Altruist sunscreen is great for dry skin, very dry skin in the summer, but the texture, in my opinion, is not the best if you have to apply makeup on top of it, even if your skin is dry. In my opinion, when it comes to makeup, what you put first must have specific type of textures. The Altruist sunscreen for very dry skin will be a little bit too rich to apply under makeup in the summertime. So of course I have another option, and it is the Klairs All Day Airy Sunscreen. It has a texture that is light. It's creamy, but it's like a creamy gel. In my opinion, for the summertime, if you have to put makeup on top, even if your skin is very dry, you should not go for a creamy rich texture, but you should go for lighter texture that is still moisturizing. And in my opinion, this sunscreen is a better option. Also, this sunscreen is absolutely invisible, including on the darkest skin tone. The next sunscreen is more suitable if you have normal to combination skin type, and it is the Canmake sunscreen. This sunscreen is a hybrid sunscreen. The other ones that I've showed you since now are made with chemical based sunscreen filters. This one is a combination. It has chemical based filters and mineral based filters. Usually what it means is that you will get a white cast. And that is the case with this one, but the white cast will be stronger or less strong depending on your skin tone. On dark skin, it is too obvious. It is not crazy obvious, but I would not feel comfortable going out with this sunscreen only. But if I should apply makeup on top of it, that will be okay because the cast is not that strong. If you have lighter skin type, if you are white, you should be okay with this. Now, if you have tan skin tone with olive undertone, then you have to be prepared to only use this underneath your makeup. This one is a Japanese sunscreen. Usually Asian sunscreens tend to be very moisturizing, very glowy, because that is what their market enjoys. But this one is different. It's better if you have normal combination skin. It's moisturizing but not too much. It won't make you look glowy, greasy, and it actually works really well under makeup. It has been made to be able to work as a primer under makeup, and it does that. The result will depend on the weather and your skin type. I used this on my oily skin in winter and spring, and I actually truly enjoyed the result. It is easy to apply, easy to spread. It did not sting my eyes. So that is a good sunscreen. It is so good that at one point I was wondering if it would beat the sunscreen that I usually use under my makeup in winter and spring, and it is the Dr. Syme's Daily Sunscreens, which is also a combination type sunscreens. So it also contains chemical type sunscreen filters and mineral type sunscreen filters. This one would be better under makeup if you have normal to combination skin and even oily skin, but in the summer it depends on the weather, because if it is super hot, maybe it's not enough if you have oily skin. That's why I prefer to say normal to oily skin. For me, if I am in the summer in south of France, I would go for another sunscreen under my makeup. This one would be good, but I can find something that will do better. If it is summertime in Paris and it is, I don't know, maybe 28, 26 degrees, I can use this one. So I actually compared both sunscreen one day. I applied both on my face and put makeup on top of it. And although I found that this one did a great job, for my oily skin, I found that this one was still better. Those two are actually very similar, but if you have oily skin, this one will perform better. If you have normal skin, you probably would prefer this one. This one feels like a cream, like a thick cream. It's not that easy to apply on your face, but when you're done applying it, it feels like it is set. And when you apply your makeup on top of it, it looks beautiful. It feels like it would be too heavy or too rich. It doesn't seem like it would hold up well under makeup, but I am always surprised to see how well it performs under makeup for my oily skin. So in the summertime, I would say if you have normal combination skin, a little bit of oily skin, well, you will enjoy this one. Similar as this one is not invisible, but the white cast is not too crazy. So if you are white, you should be okay with this. If you have dark skin, just use this under your makeup. The last top sunscreen to use under your makeup is from a Korean brand again, and it is from the brand DR.G. This one is a closed dupe to the mineral sunscreen from the brand Dr. Sam's, but it is cheaper and it applies easily on the skin for a mineral sunscreen, because it is a mineral sunscreen. The texture is kind of thick, but not as thick as most mineral sunscreen. So I must say that when it comes to the texture, it is the best texture among all the mineral sunscreens I've tried, but for oily skin. Because if you have dry skin, you will think that this is too drying for you. If you have oily skin in the summer, you will love it. And if you have very oily skin, even in spring and winter, then this one is the one to apply under your makeup. It also acts as a good primer, in my opinion. It looks really good under makeup. It is not invisible like most mineral sunscreens, but the white cast for a mineral sunscreen is not that bad. So again, if you are white, maybe you will enjoy the cast with this. If you are black, you will not enjoy the cast. The cast is too noticeable. It's not just a little bit noticeable, it's too noticeable. But under makeup, it does wonders if you have oily skin. Not only does it have a mattifying effect, but it also has a beautifying effect, like a primer, like a good primer. like the two previous sunscreens I showed you. I am done. I shared with you what I think is la crème de la crème when it comes to sunscreens in the summer. Let me know in the comment section if you have tried any other sunscreens. Tell me what you think about it, and also tell me what are your favorite sunscreens for the summer. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.